Hi guys, welcome to W&L's review. We are going to review movies and TV shows that we have watched recently or watched within the last year or so. And this is our opinion and our opinion only. You don't have to like it. And if you do, great, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, you know what to do. The two movies that we're going to review are Frozen 2 and The Greatest Showman. Now, we'll start with Frozen 2, and with that, I will pass the baton over to my daughter.
So, about a month or two ago, we watched Frozen 2 on Disney+. It came out, I'd say about a year or two ago, and it was really hyped up. A lot of people were really excited for it and were like, yeah, this is gonna be great, just like the first movie. However, we had a few critiques about Frozen 2. In our opinion, it was a little bit too much for the group of people that they were going for. In the first Frozen, they were going for the younger viewers, basically just elementary school age. And in Frozen 2, it seemed like they were still trying to go for that age group. However, it wasn't quite working because there were some things in there that even we didn't fully grasp, and it would probably be pretty hard for an elementary schooler to grasp as well. Like some of the water has memory things that they were talking about, and how all that came into play. And we both feel like it was just a bit too much crammed into too little time, and really they didn't.
It was too adult for the fact that it was meant for little kids, as far as we were concerned. My opinion, and like I said, my opinion, her opinion, our opinion, is that they should have left it at Frozen. The first movie was excellent, hands down. Really good cartooning, and everything was beautiful. The music was good. The music in the second movie was good. However, again, there was a lot of holes in the movie. There was a lot of things that were
just kind of thrown in there.
We were trying to make understand where the parents went, what happened to the parents. There was a lot of all this, and I think that if they wanted to do that, maybe they should do they should have done like a prequel or something. I don't know. But to call it Frozen 2, no.
Not only that, but there was a lot of jumping around from present day to past, and not a whole lot of explanation as to what exactly was going on. Like, at the end of the movie, you somewhat find out that Elsa and Anna's mother was from the forest, the enchanted forest, and her father was essentially there to attack them. And it's like, you eventually figure that out, but it was still quite confusing.
So, needless to say, we watched about nearly 2 hours worth of a movie that we sat back and watched. That by the end we were more confused than entertained. So, to sum it up, it was a for me for Frozen 2.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I would definitely agree. I wouldn't recommend it.
The next movie we would like to review is The Greatest Showman. Now, I like old musicals, so I'm kind of partial. However, I have seen some newer musicals, and I wasn't impressed, and I'm not going to name those just yet. I will save that for another time. The Greatest Showman was fantastic. I enjoyed every minute of it. There was some tear-jerking moments, and there was some silly moments. You know, you laughed, you cried, and it was a good, all in all, a very good movie. It was very entertaining. The music got you moving, and it wasn't just a movie that you watch and you go, okay, that was an hour and a half, and now what? After the movie was done, we were singing the songs, we were humming them, we were moving around the house, and it was very entertaining. It was very, very fun. And I will say that Hugh Jackman, and I can't think of the other guy's name right now, the young guy, but the other guy, whose name escapes me, they played together. I mean, they had a good camaraderie, and it was very well orchestrated.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that they're bringing, or that they brought, history in, a bit of history, a bit of P.T. Barnum, who was a real man, real person, into a storyline that was, to me, I wasn't sure what to think, but I was very well pleased. I'll pass the baton over to my daughter and see what she says.
I, all around, loved the musical. Before I even watched it, when I was in choir, we sang a few songs, as well as a few other times where we sang the songs. So, right off the bat, I loved the musical numbers. They were amazing. Great orchestra, great singers, great dancing, great acting. Hands down, one of my favorite musicals. Not only that, but I also loved the fact how they took a bit of history with P.T. Barnum and brought it into a new light where younger people could also understand and kind of, depending on what your experience might have been when you were younger or even now, could relate to. In the idea of the song This Is Me, it talks about things like people telling you no one will love you, you can't be what you want, you are always just going to be destined to just not be able to do what you want. Words. Anyways, it was a thing that a lot of people could relate to, in that if they were bullied when they were younger, or even when they were older, because in a lot of bullying cases, you're called ugly, you're told no one will love you, you're told you can't do what you want to, or anything like that. You're pretty much destined to be alone and sad. But I think it was a really good plot. I also like the fact that one of the, quote, normal people fell in love with the can't remember her name, but she was the flying trapeze girl, and they ended up falling in love and were able to go against the odds and didn't care what other people really thought, even though the man's parents completely despised him because he was seen in public with this girl and he was of high standing. They didn't care, and in the end they fell in love and lived happily ever after. I really liked the storyline and the plot, and I thought it was well thought out and really great family movie for all ages, adult or child. Even though there might be a few parts that maybe a little kid might not be able to get, it's still appropriate, and it's still something that the whole family could enjoy.
I would agree. And I remembered that young man's name that was opposite of Hugh Jackman. That was Zac Efron. They work well together, and they had this camaraderie, kinda. For those of you who were already aware, Zac Efron was in High School Musical. I knew that, but I've never seen him in that show. I was not really a fan of that, but to see him in this, hands down, he was really very good actor. And like I said, everybody in the movie was good. I don't really think that there was even, like, the bit parts were, like, bit parts, if you catch my drift. Like, everybody seemed to fit in, and it was perfectly thought out, and hands down, I thought it was great. Would I recommend it to a family that wants to watch a family movie? Absolutely. Would I say that what would be my recommendation? I would give this absolutely 2 thumbs up, maybe a couple of big toes as well, but hey, at least 2 big thumbs. And I would say that this is definitely worth your hour and a half, 2 hours, and you don't feel like you sat there for that amount of time. It's like the movie starts and you watch it, you're very entertained from the moment it starts all the way to the end. And I was very impressed.
Mm-hmm. Definitely very captivating.
Again, if you like what we're talking about, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give us some love. We're new here. We want to keep this growing, and keep talking about movies that we've seen, TV shows that we've seen lately, and give you our critiques or our love for the shows, and let you know what we think. Until next time,
have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.
bye.